this is gonna be a short stream just because my sleep schedule is getting pretty bad. And I have to go to something at like noon. And like why I'm saying it's really bad is like, yeah, I'm waking up at like 11 or noon. So like I really need to not do that. So I'd rather not go over. And like, sure, I start at 7:30, but like oftentimes I think when I go over on my streams, then I go to bed a lot later. Because like I really drag things out, so. Yeah, this will probably be shorter. Hey, what's going on? Also, if you want me to like not show the chat on stream, I can do that pretty easily. Yeah, I don't know if I really have anything to talk about. It's just gonna be like hanging out. Jesus. I should also, do I need to do like vocal exercises? Like I feel like I probably should. I never speak. I'm doing fine. Like I never speak. And so like I feel like the first like few minutes is always me just like getting my throat used to like talking. It's like I don't know if I have to like do something before that or what, but I have noticed though I've sounded a lot more deadpan like actually talking to my mom. Hey. Hi. Multiple people. Whoa. I don't think I've actually had that. At least I can remember since I played Super Mario Galaxy, which was in 2021. I think it happened one time after that. But yeah, that's the last time I can remember it. It's been 4 years. It's quite a bit. And like, yeah, it was probably because it was the first time, right? So you always remember that, but honestly, it's always pretty notable when someone comes in, obviously when no one's there. Like you're basically just like, when you're streaming to 0 people, yeah. When you're streaming to 0 people, yeah, it basically just feels like you're recording a YouTube video. And like, yeah, I would, as you could tell, I have a lot of experience with that. Like, yeah, that's why like I never stopped, because like I know like if I keep at it, people are eventually gonna be watching, you know. So I always give the energy I would give, right, even if people are watching. Because this is something I enjoy doing. Like I think the one thing I struggle at is if there's like a game that has dialogue but it's not spoken, I don't say it. And I think that's more for me just like playing a game and not thinking like, oh, I should read the dialogue out loud, right? And even like for the most part when I was playing games, they had dialogue. So like when I was playing like Scribblenauts or whatever and it had like no dialogue but there was text, there was like, shoot, I have to read that if I want to be a good streamer. I didn't even think about that. I think it's because, yeah, a lot of modern games at this point, like the dialogue is voice acted, so like you don't need to worry about that. But yeah, it was funny. I was like, ah, shoot. So, yeah, that's definitely something I gotta work on. But like, I'm sure there's stuff I'll learn. I think there's stuff you learn as streaming, like when you're first starting, and then like as you gain more and more viewers, you learn more and more stuff, right? And I'm still at the bottom, so I haven't really had a chance to really see what develops and like what I need to get better at as time goes on. But yeah, it's kind of where I'm at. Yeah. So I'm actually donating plasma next Tuesday, I think, so hey, I might actually have some money. And yeah, I know my brother was looking to like closed caption jobs or whatever. I might just do that because that just sounds something like, that's just something that's like ridiculously easy, right? You just basically repeat what they say, unless it's like live, because if I have to have fast typing, I can't do that. But if it's like in hindsight, like go back and put like subtitles in or whatever, like that's so easy. I just listen to the thing and then just fill it in. And then that'd be like kind of a mindless thing just to make money and also to do something. I've realized like how not great it is to be doing freaking nothing, dude. Because like there's so many times I've been sitting around just being like, man, I want to do something, but it's just like I really can't, you know, because when you live in a society that's dependent on cars, like you can't really go anywhere, right? And also when you don't have money and also your family's kind of struggling for money, you also can't really go out and do new stuff in that regard either, so you're just kind of hanging out, you know. You just kind of sit there. To be fair though, like I am probably not going to drive even when I get my license anyway. I'm probably gonna be the person who freaking DoorDashes instead of freaking goes and drives. I mean, maybe not, because like I really like McDonald's, and like one of them is basically just on a straightaway, so like I can do a straightaway, that's fine. There's like one curve, but yeah, well, I say I'm getting there, but that marker has been there for a while. Yeah, if I look at my mini feed, there was 1, 2, 3 in the past 6 months, but and including you, there's been 4 in the past 6 months, and then yeah, after that, dude, I forgot I freaking raided into Ellie, right? Ellie Minibot, and then I didn't follow up on it, and like I feel like that was a really good opportunity. I think I still could do it. It's just I did it, and then I just really bungled that. My social anxiety, man, it's getting the best of me. It's also not great for collabs, because now I'm doing a stupid thing in my head where I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna wait until I get a model and then I'm gonna collab with people. It's like, I feel like that's dumb. I should set it up beforehand. Like that part shouldn't matter. Yeah, and my dumb brain is doing that. That's just, I mean, it'll do that. It'll just find any like excuse not to do something, right? And it is a shame. That's for sure. Yeah. By far though, definitely the hardest thing is for getting affiliate though on Twitch, for sure, is the concurrent viewers. Because I think I literally have the other 2 things. I'm pretty sure. Like if I look at, was it under achievements, I think? Oh no, it's really on the side here too. Oh, I have to get 50 followers, but yeah. Also, it's listed as 33 on Twitch, so technically it's 17. Because I think for some reason, like it actually recognizes bots on Twitch. At least sometimes. I think sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. It's weird. Some bots count, some don't. Because that also happened. I definitely got like, I think I got like 15 followers once from like a bot. And like they were all bots, I'm pretty sure. I do remember also when I did Trombone Champ, someone raided into me. And I think they actually had a decent amount of people, but none of them came by and chatted. I think they were all lurkers. Like, nah, alright then. Like, lurkers are fine, but I feel like the thing is, like, when you're someone who has, like, 0 viewers, lurkers are kind of just like, oh, alright. Or, like, you don't even notice them. I mean, that is obviously the case with higher ones, too, but, like, I feel like with people chatting, like, it's a lot more not, like, noticeable and, like, you're like, yay. Like, I'm not trying to shame, like, lurkers. If they want to lurk, that's fine. I would probably be one, more than likely, right? So like I'm not judging them, it's just like I think more when you're at 0 people, like when you get a lurker. Well, I think also because like sometimes having viewers is kind of like a test, right, of like, am I doing good enough or not? And like if it's a lurker, it's very hard to tell because then you basically have to go based off of like if they clicked off or not. And with that, you basically have to be watching like the other people like looking like a hawk, dude. And I think typically like you don't usually have that, right? Or like how I was doing it, right, where I was playing a game, like you still want to like keep the flow going, right? And when you're trying to see that test, I think also though for me why it feels more like a test also is like I've been doing it for so long as well. I think if you just started out, I think it still could feel like that, but I think the main thing about that is how long I've been doing it. So like, and it just feels like I've been kind of coasting, right? Because nobody watches. So like when someone actually does watch, like it's like gamer stance, like, you know, I'm in gamer lean. Like, all right, let's log in, dude. Like, I don't know if it's like even noticeable in the VODs, but it does feel like I try a lot harder when people actually hear. There are some times I have made comments about certain things where I'm like, well, nobody watches me, so like, who cares, you know? I don't think I do that often, but yeah. There are definitely, I think I do, like, sometimes I'm just like, yeah, nobody watches me, who cares, you know? Like, I can be low energy now, it's fine, or like basically sit around half an hour in silence and do nothing because nobody's watching, who cares, you know? Yeah, like I have way too many of those streams. I need to start playing games again, which like I did yesterday, so that's a good start. I just didn't want to do it again today because it was like a playthrough of a game, and like I feel like I want to space those out. I think doing like once a week is kind of a good pace. I might do it like next Tuesday or something like that. Oh, Tuesday I have that appointment, so I actually don't know, because I've heard from Plasma like, yeah, you feel a little out of it, so Tuesday I might not stream actually. So maybe like next Wednesday we'll continue. It's either next Sunday or next Wednesday probably. And I think how I'll do it is probably each like episode in the game, which, yeah, that game is real easy. I did not remember, like I remember playing the game, but like I did not remember it was that stupid easy. Like that was crazy. You just hold uppercut and then like you just forever juggle them basically, like, or at least like they don't have enough health, right, to where you can just juggle them until they die, because they do get moved back like a little bit, but it's so minute that you can just spam uppercut and just repeatedly juggle them. Like, sick, dude. It's sick gameplay. Me, I did not remember that at all. Also, I don't ever listen to the playlist. I've said it multiple times, but I listen to the playlist, so like it's very possible there's just an ad that just will play the entire time, and I'll have no idea. I would say that's something I find so ironic with like the capitalist system, is like, oh, like let's just throw a bunch of ads in your face, right? Like, yeah, advertisements. But I feel like the thing is with advertisements at this point is like people have just gotten so sick of them that like they don't care about the thing at all. Like, I don't remember the last time an advertisement worked on me, unless it was like someone I liked, maybe, right? So like maybe like a creator I was watching like promote something, like I guess that could technically be an advertisement, but like I don't think a YouTube ad has really piqued my interest in like forever. Like I don't remember the last time it's happened. And I think part of it also is just like it feels like they're not authentic at all. Like it just feels like they're given a script, like they're giving people like a script to read off, because they'll have like the same people have the exact same dialogue, and then also like if they're not doing that, then I think it's just AI that they're using. It's like, well, that's not like, it's just not authentic. And like, again, it's very annoying when you're trying to watch something you actually want to watch an ad. Like I think that's another part. Like it's why like I think TV commercials also, like people just want to skip those, dude. They don't want to see those. It's why I think self-promo as an advertisement can work, because, you know, theoretically people like you. So like, yeah, they'll be able to listen to what you're selling. Well, not only like you, but also trust you. So they'll be able to like buy into what you're selling, which is also like, yeah, no, people just like, I don't care about freaking these mobile games, dude. Yeah, on my face. Yeah, just a freaking AI hellscape at this point, dude. Generative AI. Oh yeah, it's so good, guys. Let's give artists like let's take a let's just remove artists' jobs, you know? Like just make them obsolete. That's what we should do. You know? That's awesome. I love that. Cause yeah, I'm gonna be honest, like when I was a fan, because how I got down the VTuber rabbit hole, I've said it before, but I actually started out with, well, funny enough, actually, it kind of indirectly was because of me playing Fire Emblem Fates, which is very funny. That Fire Emblem Fates of all games is what brought me down the rabbit hole, but and like it was a thing that paid off like a year later, because I played it in summer of 2022. Don't remember exactly when. I think actually I played like 3 houses around that time, so it's probably in there. I think it's the all-female challenge, maybe. But I think that was only like 2 years ago. Was it summer 2023? That was summer 2022. Pretty sure it was summer 2022. Anyway, I played it, and then as I was adding stuff to my playlist at the time, which was only games, video game songs, which I don't know why I did that. Don't ask me why. I was going back and being like, oh yeah, freaking Lost Thoughts All Alone. It's a freaking fantastic song. It's still probably like, I mean, obviously the sentimental songs, right? Like a song that's the highest on your sentimental list is for sure going to be your favorite song of all time. Which like, yeah. And I think the reason why Fire Emblem Fates is like my favorite game is because it came at the perfect time for me. Like it just hit, you know? Like people crap on it and say it's real bad, and like yeah, there are some story things I don't like about it, but like I really enjoyed it, and I again think it came at the best time. It is funny though, because I feel like I always like the stuff people think are like universally the worst, because I also like 9 and 10, like Mario Party 9 and 10. Anyway, I was looking for Lost Thoughts All Alone, and I think Adrisaurus, Adriana Figueroa. I think I was adding just any cover, and Adri is one of them. That's not completely relevant, but I think what started it was like me seeing like Adri's cover and stuff like that. And then I kept getting recommended one cover by Amelie. And I think I listened to it at first, but I was like, these lyrics are different, so I just clicked off immediately. But then I went back a little later. I listened to it again. It's real good, I will say. Even though the lyrics are different, it's real good. I think it was my favorite version I would listen to the most. Yeah, I think so. But then that came with like, I think it was like 2-3 months later. I was looking, or I got recommended her clips because she's a VTuber, obviously. So I got recommended her clips. And that wasn't what necessarily brought me down a little bit, because I think there was still like a couple months in between where I didn't watch anything. And then freaking the person who I kept watching a bunch of clips for was freaking Numi. Of all the people, like I feel like one of the people that in the VTuber community, people were like, oh yeah, no, that's like the worst one. You know, like one of the worst ones to introduce like the concept of VTubing like with, right? But yeah, for me it was Numi. I don't even know what it was either with Numi. I don't know what it was. It's just I kept finding them interesting, I guess. But then after that, I became a fan of Neuro-sama. So yeah, that's how that happened. And then from there, that's kind of where I got like my pro AI stuff, like a little bit from there. And yeah, then, you know, me being a Hollow fan and not really following Neuro as much the past like year, Because it's actually almost been a year since me being a Hollow fan. Because like the week before Justice debuted, I think was when I became really like a huge fan. Because I think actually the first clips of Hololive I saw were actually around this time, like maybe like a week ago, a year and a week ago, maybe something like that. But yeah, I think it was hard for me to like be more anti-AI when I was watching Neuro, and then yeah, after I distanced a little bit, I'm like, yeah, no, AI sucks, dude. You know, always remember that one dude being like, oh yeah, no, AI can do what streamers do, and then I was like, yeah, for one time, and then people feel like they were duped by it, and then they stop watching. It's why all these like AI channels will probably have a high sub counts, but like abysmal views on their videos, right? Because people realize they're AI and then they don't like it, and then they stop watching. It's the same thing with like AI art, dude. They're like, this isn't real, you know? And like, they hate it. Well, most people do, at least. There's some weirdos are just like, yeah, no, this is actually awesome. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, all right, dude. Cool. But yeah, like, it just bugs me just all the time. Yeah, I hate it. Add a goal. Whoa. I mean, I'll do that when they recommend 40 followers as much. I'm just gonna go to 50. Screw you. Yeah, give me the example one. You know. Bro, why is the dark theme? It only goes to red. There's literally 2 orange ones. Oh, because that's creator color. Why do they have that for the dark theme? Whatever, man. Edgeworth. Whoa. Why does it have to be a light theme? That sucks. Like, this is just red. I don't like it. Even the purple, I guess. I'm not gonna automatically update it because I don't even know. Will affiliate affiliate numbers. I mean, to be fair, that's not entirely true because I need concurrent viewers, but oh hey, there it is. It's in the Twitch chat now. Yay. I did it. Okay, well that's in the activity feed. Oh, it's unstable. Goody. What's weird is that it always says it's unstable on Twitch, but like whenever I look over at Streamlabs, it says I have no dropped frames. Probably because like the bitrate's down, if I were to guess. Like the bitrate isn't crazy. Like that's the only thing I can really think of. But like no, the bitrate's steady, and I think it's like where I have it set to. So I don't know, man. I don't know why it's saying it's unstable. Because it's saying it's too high, but like it's literally like I'm pretty sure I adjust it. So I don't know, man. I think it's just lying. Yeah, I really should do that one Hololive thing. Hey, now it's on the homepage. Yay. Underneath when I'm streaming. Yay. Yeah. I also don't know if I was playing double time because again, I'm not listening. Yeah. I will say though, the VTubing community is definitely like, it is for sure, I think, like indicative the split of like having the nicest, kindest, most inclusive people, and then also just like the people who absolutely need to go out and touch grass, dude. Like, and I feel like the VTuber community is like, it fits that perfectly. Like, it's in two camps, dude. Like, it is crazy. Like, I don't get it, man. It's so weird. Ugh. Like, I really don't know, man. Yeah, Zeron is doing pretty good. He's like within single digits in the final round of winning. I should look more at that, actually, like more than just the final round. I just only looked at those numbers, but like, I think on my timeline, yeah, okay, there's a better way. Maybe not. Okay, it really closes in though at like the 10th round. So they'd really have to hope that, well, it makes sense because Bradlander voters are the ones that get split up. So like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, they would really have to hope that, that happens. Like it gets that far, which like I guess it would, yeah, because I think it only ends once they get over 50%. Yeah, it doesn't seem like that's happening until there's only those two left. Yeah, I'm really hoping that he can win there. I feel like even if he doesn't though, it's still a very strong showing. And I do feel like it is a sign of how things are happening. You know, and also just shows how to win. I just literally saw that they're trying to they're spending $20 million and trying to like figure out like how to get younger men to like them, and like even like advertising and freaking video games to do it. It's like, that's not how you do it. You need to literally be like, hey, you want free healthcare, and hey, guess what, that's how you win. And you don't need $20 million. Hey, how about you invest the $20 million into free healthcare? There you go. That's a better spending of $20 million. That was like the first time I think actually in politics I could actually look at something and then just laugh at how stupid it was. God, dude. Democrats are so bad. They are so incompetent. It's freaking crazy. I also saw that like AOC's way up on Schumer, yeah, for like Senate. Like, yeah, I don't know if like president's the move. I feel like it might be though. Really, you take the, because like it seems like the Senate thing's a sure shot, whereas with the presidency, right? It's not, unless Schumer's is 2026. Then I guess, yeah, that is definitely a decision that would have to be made. But yeah, actually his seat is up in 2020. Oh wait, no, it's not. Right, I think it's 6 years. Yeah, so it is 2028. So yeah, never mind. Oh yeah, he did real bad for New York. You know, freaking 14%, dude. All right, man. That was terrible. Like, I'm pretty sure like Republicans did better in 2022 generally, but like still 14%. This is terrible in New York. You know, I think that was about the amount Kalma won by. Actually, it was 2 points less. But again, I think that also, you know, she did historically bad. So there's also that. Yeah. Also, I love how every 2 seconds Twitter reminds me, hey, you're not verified. I'm like, I know. I'd rather keep it that way. You know? That's what I'd want to do. Keep it that way. Yeah, I'm just looking at my post now with like the Aki post. I do know like some JP people looked at it. This post did give me a freaking panic attack though. It was literally just because of like one thing too. Like I think I got one guide. Oh, so I went through this. Hey, did I finally ratio that guy? It looks like I did. Like for the longest time, I was getting out ratioed. Yeah, this was the entire thing of why I stopped doing it. But it also seemed like because I saw a post showing like Aki finally hitting it, and like it actually seemed like she was okay with it. Because yeah, they also never got back to me on finding a clip of this. Like I was like, hey, I really want to see a clip of this, but yeah, I just stopped. This was definitely my 5 minute or like my 15 minutes of fame, for sure. And yeah, it's just nuts because like even like for like Twitter standards, I feel like that's not a lot of views. I feel like there's a lot of times I'll see stuff that gets like 800,000, like a couple million, right? Even like those don't even get this many likes, dude. Like, I think the like to view ratio on this is actually nuts. Because I know there was one thing that blew up that had like 1.8 million. Oh, there was another one that had a freaking like horrendous like like view ratio. Like I'm pretty sure it had like a couple million views and it had less likes than this. Like it had like 1,000. It was terrible. But yeah, like this is definitely my 15 minutes of fame. That also gave me a, as I said before, it gave me a panic attack. But yeah, it does seem like from her attitude and like what she was saying, like when she hit the 1 million, of like, oh, people like going out there and like saying stuff, you know. It seemed like she didn't mind. But yeah, I definitely did contribute a little bit too. Like I do know it actually went up a couple thousand because of that as well. I was looking at it. As you know, I look at the freaking holo tracker like all the time. I mean, I kind of have to now because I have a quiz on like most of 2 members, so I do kind of have to like look at these top 10, right? Honestly, it's getting more to like top 15, top 30 now because of the other one I added. But yeah, I would just look at this all the time, and yeah, hers went up a couple thousand a few times. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I was not expecting, like, even Gerard liked it. Like it got into even like other members' Twitter feeds. I think it only got to like the more like English speaking Japanese grouping, because no one brought it up to Aki. I mean, yeah, I feel like it'd be weird if they did. Right? I don't know how you would really like seamlessly put it in. You know. But yeah, this was crazy. I did not expect it to do that well. As you can see, I did it when she had 969,000. yeah, it was kind of nuts, but I'm glad I can at least like look back on it. And like not feel any regret or anything, right? I can feel good about this and like kind of laugh about the fact that it gave me a panic attack. Like that's nice at least, but yeah, at the time, oh boy. Oh yeah, also here's this freaking like Hololive hot take thing that was like going on like was it like a couple weeks ago? It was like a week ago, yeah. Yeah, you just see like the post is from March 6, 2024. Like I don't know why it got like revived essentially. Like that's so weird. It's very odd. Also, I found this funny. Like Yago just reposted this. Like of all the things, just that Luna made fan art. Yeah. I will say, when you're on the more wholesome side of the VTubing community, it's so nice. And then you go into like, you know, whenever like Gura was trending, like, and you scroll past like 5 posts, dude, and then you just lose brain cells over the VTuber community. It's like, what is happening, dude? Or even when VTuber was like trending like a few weeks ago or something like that, and I talked about those, like, it's like, what are we doing, dude? Or in like that one post when Suicide was talking about her experience with fast food, and then like the top freaking comment thread was like, oh yeah, we should pay fast food workers in LA and New York less. And I'm like, okay, you people need to go out and touch grass. Oh yeah, it gives them more fear, right? Like, dude, they already have enough fear. They're not getting paid enough already. It's stupid. What am I talking about, dude? God. Like, let me just go to that one. I'm just gonna use keywords. Maybe it'll give me the... No, it didn't. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to go back to that, I think. Yeah, like, it was freaking stupid. Like... God. Dang it, dude. Dude, Gira is like all over the place too. Like I feel like Gira is actually like really good. They had so many of them, dude. I do like for the Toa section though, it's just all her songs. I think he also really likes Toa songs. Does Suisei not have her own thing? She has the freaking simping for the one Pokemon character. Yeah, it doesn't look like... Yeah. Guess we go to the Hololive ones. I think she'd have a, or Yura would have a Suisei one, but I guess not. Oh, I think it's from oldest to newest. I'm also sure at some point he stopped making this playlist, so we'll see. Yeah, it's only 300. Yeah, okay, it's done. I was one from like 9 months ago. Yeah, I don't think the one clip I'm looking for is gonna show up, which is frustrating. I just have to go through all the videos then, just from latest, and just scroll down. At least there's freaking 4. And I know it was like around the concert, the EN concert, because that's why she was there, so. Which one was that? That was like September? No, because that was even before Ami announced she was leaving, so that was like August, I think. Or was that July? But like, yeah, it's probably like 10 months ago then, the clip or something. Let me just scroll down to around there. I just want to see if that comment, like that freaking thing is the still the top thing, because when I was watching it was, and I was just freaking losing my mind watching the another one of the things though that's like super hilarious is like one of them being like, oh yeah, no, left winger trying to, you know, like ever being right or something like that, impossible challenge. And like, dude, have you seen any study like ever? Because left wingers, that's basically what they put their whole they structured their whole thing around, is studies and how the world works. That's kind of how they did that. Let me see, did I pass it? I might have passed it, but I'm just gonna scroll down still just in case I got the date wrong, which is very possible. I think there's literally a McDonald's logo like in the thumbnail, so like it shouldn't be that hard to spot. I mean, I guess it could be a year old when they did the Blu-ray announcement, but like it definitely isn't, because I was definitely a fan, so like it's not a year old. Yeah, I think I passed at this point. God dang it. Actually, I can search on their channel, right? Sweet, they say. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just go through all the Sweet Say ones then. That actually probably would have been much faster. Nope, never mind. I think I passed. Oh no, because it's not in freaking. What is this order? It's just what? This isn't any sort of recency or anything. Okay, well, this is just in a random order, so I guess I'm just gonna have to scroll until. Also, the same clip twice. I think it's repeating them also. Why? Why is it doing that? I mean, I guess also it's very possible that Yura took down the clip. That's also possible, but I do remember it being a Yura clip. Yeah, this is just not in any order, which is awesome, dude. I love that. Like this, why is the search like this? Why would it, like, it would make sense if it went in the same order, but like, nope, it doesn't. And like, I scrolled down a bunch too, so it's very possible it's at the top and I just didn't see it because I thought it was in order. Oh, there's the one bit. Hang on. Yeah, maybe I say NYC.
Hi, it's Meryl from 2 Yards.
I'm gonna open this one and just see if it's recommended. Never mind, I went freaking not there. There we go. Let me just scroll down a little bit in the recommended and see if it pops up. Doesn't seem like it will. And there's the one on American. Was it this one? I thought it was like very different. Yeah, no, because this is not a Europe clip. But... oh, maybe it was a VTube. Oh, I think it was. It wasn't Yura. I thought it was Yura. But I guess because it was a Suisse one, I just assumed it was. Either that or like they are a lot more on the nose with it. Yeah, no, maybe they didn't. Maybe that was just a different clipper. I guess I can do like NYC again. Yeah, no, it's just the one. Yeah, I guess it was not that. Yeah, they say we overpay fast food workers in many states. That's insane, dude. Like no one in this country is getting overpaid, I think. Like if I were to look at like the wages and also like productivity, I don't think a single person is getting overpaid. Like it's freaking nuts, dude. Also, I'm pretty sure there was a study that showed that like also raising the minimum wage helps smaller businesses too. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, they actually work more efficiently when there's a raise in minimum wage as well. You know what? Screw it. Just raising minimum wage. Hurt small businesses. Most independent businesses can shore the added costs of higher minimum wages with new revenues, making only minor employment adjustments. Also, I feel like it's dumb anyway, because if you raise the minimum wage, theoretically, you can then work until you actually have the money to restart the business. Right? Like, I feel like even if it's like, oh, it goes out of business, like, I think theoretically you could still make enough money to, you know, maybe restart your business. Like, it's freaking dumb. Center for American Progress. 2021. Small businesses can reap several benefits from a higher minimum wage that may offset the increased payroll costs. Survey from CNBC found that a majority of small business can absorb the rise in labor costs resulting from increases in the state and local minimum wages in January 2021. This is from this. A growing number of business owners have recognized the benefits of paying a fair wage, paying living wages to their employees, and even supporting a national wage increase. Businesses represented by Business for a Fair Minimum Wage welcomed the wage increase that went into effect in several states at the beginning of 2021. Stating in a press release, businesses depend on customers who make enough to buy what they are selling, from food to car repairs. Minimum wage increase will go right back into local communities, helping workers and businesses get through the pandemic and economic crisis. That's another good point. Like, yeah, people actually have money to buy stuff then, right? Like, so you'll probably see more profit as well. Like, the profit you'll get from people buying stuff will probably counteract like the initial hit you'll take from having to pay your employees more, because people can, you know. And also here, so I think both of these actually. Increased demand is good for local economies, which, yeah, I think this would raise the demand, right? One of the reasons that large job losses do not tend to accompany increase in minimum wage is that the increase in low wage workers' incomes generates increased spending in the local economy. Workers who would receive this wage increase are more likely to spend it than high-earning households, injecting local economies with a wave of consumer spending to the benefit of local businesses. The Economic Policy Institute found that raising the minimum wage to $15 per hour could increase a worker's annual salary by $5,100, which will likely go towards daily necessities. A study by the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago estimates that a $1 raise for a minimum wage worker translates to an additional $2,080 in consumer spending by the household over the course of the year. One of the first types of spending to increase when workers get raises is dining, an effect that will provide some relief to the struggling restaurant industry. And again, this also kind of goes back to the McDonald's thing on their employees getting paid. Is like, yeah, they'll be fine. And even with like those smaller businesses as well. The increase of spending by low-income workers on household necessities and other consumer goods will help juice the economy and boost the revenue of small businesses. As David Cooper of the Economic Policy Institute aptly puts it, number one problem for businesses right now isn't excessive labor costs, it's a lack of demand. So yeah, people don't have the money to buy stuff. That's like, people are completely missing the point when people are like, oh yeah, no, raising the minimum wage, like, that'll hurt the small business. Like, no. Like, if people have more money to spend with, like if people have more money, they can spend it, like, and bring it back into the economy more. And I think people, like, maybe they don't realize that because billionaires don't do that. So then there's like, you know, which is fair. But like, yeah, no, average working class people, like, yeah, they're going to spend their money and put it back into the economy, right? And help boost the revenue of smaller businesses. Small businesses that pay living wages reap some negative benefits. In addition to enjoying higher consumer demand, small businesses that adopt living wages benefit from a more productive workforce with fewer incidental payroll costs. Quite simply, employees that make a fair wage are able and willing to work harder. When workers experience less economic anxiety, they are better able to focus on their task, which is why it was stupid when people were like, we should pay the fast food workers less. What are we talking about? Like, like, come on, people. Moreover, better pay is related to better health outcomes, meaning workers take fewer sick days. It also means that employees are more invested in their work and less likely to be late, miss a shift, or have other disciplinary problems. In total, worker productivity and the quality of service increases, potentially allowing a firm to increase its prices to compensate for the higher pay. For example, a study of nursing home staff performance after a minimum wage increase shows a significant increase in the quality of care received by residents. That's another thing too. You will get better food as well. Like, your fast food will probably also increase. I'm not sure though. That just seems like stressful regardless the amount of money you make, dude. I'm sure it would be a small improvement though. Right? Because yeah, they would have less general anxiety in general, right? Because like they're financially stable, whereas now they aren't. So they have the economic anxiety on top of the anxiety of just working the job already, right? And like, especially more of a fear of being fired, because like, I think as well as raising the minimum wage, there's less of that anxiety of being fired, you know? And I think sometimes like the worry of like failure can sometimes make you do worse. Like, trying not to do bad will make you do bad. An exhaustive body of economic research has demonstrated that minimum wage increases do not substantially increase unemployment. The most recent round of minimum wage increases was largely absorbed by small businesses that found other ways to cut costs and increase their revenue. Before the pandemic, more than half of small business owners surveyed by CNBC in 2020 responded that the minimum wage increase in the states in which they operated would have no impact on their businesses. The Raise the Wage Act would phase in the increase. The Raise the Wage Act would phase in the increase in the minimum wage to $15 by 2025. Well, that didn't happen. Yay. Providing businesses with ample time to adjust their balance sheets accordingly. A recent study by the University of California, Berkeley, found that even sharp increases in minimum wage in low-wage areas do not result in significant job losses. So in the conclusion, the bottom line is that increased demand boosts worker productivity and reduced employee turnover balance out the increased labor costs for businesses of raising the minimum wage. The way to help struggling small businesses is not suppressing wages, it is speedily handling the pandemic and increasing federal assistance for distressed small enterprises. By raising the minimum wage to $15 per hour, Congress would ensure a faster, more equitable, and more sustainable economic recovery for all. Yeah, they also said how, like, it's been done before on this. But I just went to like the actual, like, how it affects the workers and small businesses part itself. But yeah, like, economic research has been done. Like, what these people are fearing, like, is not true. Like, that doesn't happen. And yeah, these people are just freaking going like, yeah, nope. Yeah, and there was also this from Newsweek from 2024. Minimum wage study debunks business claim. Increase in minimum wage have little impact on small businesses, new research claims. The federal minimum wage in the U.S. for covered non-exempt employees is $7.25 per hour. Although many states have their own laws, proposals to increase this figure often met with resistance from small business owners concerned about how they will be able to afford the rising costs. However, new research from the University of Michigan and Carnegie Mellon University suggests that most small business owners may not need to worry about rising wages. The study drew on data from 6 states that explore revenue, employment, and profits of independent businesses following an increase in the minimum wage over a 10-year period. Specifically, the data can compare tax returns from firms and workers in states that had increased the minimum wage in 2014 to those that did not. Proposals to raise the minimum wage have long been met with concerns that independent businesses can't weather higher costs. I don't know how to say their name. Nupama Rao, an assistant professor of business administration, business economics, and public policy at the University of Michigan, who co-authored the study with Max Risch from Carnegie Mellon. Is that how you say that, Risch? We showed definitively that the vast majority can finance the added costs with new revenues and do not engage in widespread layoffs, as has been feared. In fact, Rao said that their results suggest that minimum wage increases can actually benefit the majority of small businesses and their workers. Our results show clearly that minimum wages do little harm to independent firms and even benefit some owners, while meaningfully increasing both the earnings and employees of young and low-earning workers, she said. However, when analyzing this data by sector, some small businesses did show clear losses. Restaurants in particular will most likely be impacted by these changes, with some smaller restaurants being forced to close in line with rising wages. In the restaurant industry, where minimum wages bite most sharply, exit rates rise. Rather than shuttering otherwise healthy businesses, raising minimum wages winnows the productivity distribution of restaurants, rendering the industry more efficient. In this way, through exit and entry, the minimum wage shapes the productivity distribution of restaurants in a manner akin to how the emergence of new technologies, exposure to international trade, and recessions. Adding to this, those restaurants that do survive tend to see higher revenues and also increased worker retention. Surviving independent restaurants benefit from higher worker retention, workers transitioning from smaller firms to larger firms, and even see slightly higher average profits following the minimum wage increase. So, like, yeah, some restaurants, when all said and done, the biggest losers are the consumers who tend to foot the bill for the majority of rising wages. Ultimately, our paper shows that higher wage floors raise the incomes of low-earning workers, with the costs borne in part by the small share of owners whose firms shutter, and largely by consumers who finance the revenue increases to offset added wage costs and leave most business owners no worse off. And I think how the other person put it is like much better, where they're like, yeah, no, you have more money to spend, right? Like I don't think it really said it that well, because like, yeah, you have more money to spend. I don't know why they phrased it like that. that makes it like not seem good. But like, yeah, no, like you foot the bill more because you have more money. While wage increases do negatively impact a small number of independent businesses, small increases in the minimum wage are unlikely to lead to swaths of distressed independent businesses on average. For all the hue and cry over minimum wage policy, I think one of my major takeaways is that for the vast majority of even independent firms, they just don't matter that much. The wage bill impacts can be offset with small revenue increases, and most businesses will continue to basically operate as usual, albeit with higher compensation for lowest earning workers financed by consumers. I feel like this was put a lot better. They get more revenue because there's more money. Whoa. Would this be different if we tried to raise the minimum wage to $30? Absolutely, but for the increases we have seen, One week exam raised the minimum wage by roughly 30%. They just don't change costs enough to upend these firms. I feel like even then, though, that one Trump thing was crazy. Like, you still have more money, right? Like, going into the economy, right? Like, the workers are getting more money, which means they can send it back into the economy, which means the businesses then are going to get more money. That's just kind of how it will work. So I think even doing like those big increases, right? Like, yeah, I think in the immediate, like, short term, businesses will shut down. But like in the long term, like, it's just much better in the long term to have that increase, even like a sharp increase, I think, like that. Because I think Bernie's actually increased like the minimum wage he advocates for now, I think, also. Because yeah, it used to be 15 for like the longest time, but yeah, now I think it's more. And then there's this Forbes article. Like, it doesn't hurt them, like, really at all. Oh my god. Why are news articles like the worst, dude? But yeah, like, there's so many, like, there's just so many like stuff out there that like would disprove it. It's crazy. Again, this seemed like Forbes too, which I like don't think is like very left leaning. Like, yeah, it's like, it's just dumb, the whole argument of like, oh yeah, pay them less or whatever. Like, that's stupid. Pay them more. Like, it literally helps both sides, dude. Yeah, and the thing is, like, also if it's like naturally like there's a price hike, like, I feel like that's just normal. Like, it's just crazy.
Hi, Little Bob here from Bob's Discount Furniture. This Memorial Day weekend, we're kicking summer off the Bob's way in all my stores coast to coast. So start your summer staycation off right by shopping my everyday low prices on the season's hottest styles. Consumer Reports recommended mattresses, all with flexible financing and fast, friendly delivery.
Oh my Bob.
Oh my Bob, indeed. So skip the phony sales and get
I don't know why they focus so much on like the study time for adolescents.
Bob's Discount.
I guess because this was mostly for teens, even though this seems like the initial question was more general. Yeah, they really focused on the like teen aspect of it. I think this is the original one, actually. Yeah, this is actually the original thing. Yeah, it's weird that they, like, Forbes just basically took the whole article. No, they have to spend less on advertising too. That's also interesting, yeah. So they wouldn't have to spend as much advertising. Yeah, the net effect is a transfer of income from consumers who are able to pay a bit more to the workers. That's it. Yep. That's it right there. Yeah, that's why I just find that the thread's just so stupid. Just like... Yeah, someone actually did put this in. I like how it's just like doubtful, even though like if you just did a Google search, that is what they say. that's the finding. Like so it's I just want to see if like again, I don't think that's true because like yeah, I do think there is a little bit of anxiety from not making enough. Like sure, from the outside it may look like that to you, but like mentally there is probably an anxiety, like an added anxiety of like the emotional or the economic Jesus. Like there's not that economic stability because I'm sure even like $20 an hour is probably not enough in like New York and LA, right? So you got that, and then yeah, if they got paid enough, like yeah, that would be a bit of anxiety taken off them, so it would actually probably do better. What studies? Because I literally looked at studies that said the opposite of that. What data? Also, yeah, I guess we should raise the minimum wage, people. What? Like, what data are they looking at? Like, that's the thing, though. Like, that's... the data shows, and then it's just nothing. Like, it's crazy the amount of, like, defending with... Dude, the fact that there's 3 people here that are freaking agreeing with this dude, like, that's stupid. Oh yeah, live somewhere more affordable. It's just that simple, dude. That's all you gotta do. Just live somewhere more affordable, dude. Like, you know, when climate change hits us all and like, you know, the rising water levels, you know, you just buy a new house, dude. Just buy a house in Georgia. Jesus Christ, dude. Or change government policies and make it more affordable. Yeah, it's called raising the minimum wage, dude. It's changing government policies to make it more affordable. Yeah. It actually does, because the point of minimum wage is to ensure they can live off of it. Like, it's so stupid that people, like... I think there are people who are like, oh yeah, no, minimum wage is not a livable wage. Like, and like, it's supposed to be like that. It's like, what are you talking about? Like that's nuts, dude. Where is the one guy who was talking about that? But like, yeah, it is crazy that they're just like, just straight up defending McDonald's. Yeah, let's defend the corporation instead of like the people who are getting shafted at this. Like, where's the class conscience in this? Like, seriously. Like, that's ridiculous. The whole move somewhere more affordable. All right, man. Yeah, totally. Everybody can just do that, right? Just move out and just, you know. Or here's another thing. They could just like living there, you know. So how about you raise the wage for people who want to live there? Why do they have to move out, right? Like, that's another thing. Raise the minimum wage, dude. What? And like, that's what's so stupid about all this. It's just like, yep, I guess we're just gonna have no fast food workers then. Okay. That's great. Like, I like how they say like McDonald's can't afford more. I'm pretty sure they can. I think they're like $1 trillion business. Was like net worth or something. Like, oh, okay, they're like $250 million, but still, like, I'm pretty sure they're still making enough. It's 4%, dude. What was that? The freaking 4%. 100 billion sales ran by McDonald's company-owned and franchise restaurants in 2019 accounts for almost 4% of the estimated 2.5 trillion global restaurant industry. And that's 100 billion in sales? Well, that's not profit, I think. I think that's different, but like, yeah, it fell in freaking ass of the terrace because of course they did. But like, yeah, they've had like net income. Dude, they still made $8 billion in 2023. Like, they can pay everybody $3 more. Like, they definitely could. Like, they even have less employees. Like, what are we talking about, dude? Like, they have less employees and they have more profit, right? Like, they definitely could. Yeah, this comment thread is just Jesus, dude. I'm pretty sure all those articles I read also were before this. This wasn't like April or something like this, and I think this is when it first came out. Yeah, this was August. So I'm pretty sure everything I saw was like April 2024 and earlier. So that, like, that data was already out there that disproved everything they were saying. Yeah, that's what I mean, man. Because like, I'm not even talking about the people who are like act like freaking freaks, dude. Because I feel like they do that on purpose just to try and get a reaction out of them, right? Like, I don't think most of those people are actually like that. They just do it to get a reaction. But like, yeah, when that stuff, that's what I'm talking about. Is the freaking like the people who did touch grass, and also like, you know, also like fat shaming people with the touch grass thing, and then also like, yeah, saying like, oh yeah, no, fast food workers should be paid less. They're definitely overpaid. Like, dude, shut up. What are you talking about? How about you work in fast food then, buddy? Like, Jesus. Yeah, just look. Let's just freaking look down upon all freaking fast food workers. And also, they shouldn't get paid more because vibes, dude. Their vibes give off that they wouldn't care, you know? You know, I can't see in their body language, which is pseudoscience, that like, oh, I can't see that they actually care about doing it, right? Like, Jesus, dude. It's so dumb. Cause yeah, also as I said too, like the big businesses will be fine. McDonald's could pay those people like minimum wage. And also the thing is like the minimum wage of like 15, like they would be at that anyway. Cause yeah, it said I think most entry are like 15 to 18. So like they already could do that. Right? Like Jesus, man. So dumb. Actually, the data shows the opposite. Cool. Where's the source, buddy? It just says, the data. Like, also someone else did that too, and I talked about it as well, like when, like, oh, I love it when freaking Hollister fans just virtue signal and don't watch the stream. It's like, you took one stream, dude. Like, if there was ever a time I could have used How to Lie with Statistics, that would have been it. Because they took a watch-along stream in, like, Indonesian times. Like, in the Indonesian time zone when, like, I'm sure most of Hollister's fans are freaking, like, American. And, like, the stream, like, at best, I think would start at, like, 9 or something. 9 a.m. I think, like, on the West Coast, it was 6 a.m. it was gonna start. Like, come on, dude. I love when people just see numbers and they're just like, yep. That's exactly what that means. It's like, no, dude. You gotta interpret them and like see the stuff surrounding it. Like, because I think even if Tavi and Gerard streamed like at this around the same time, like, because I think they both are like, they live near like the ID girls, like they're definitely closer to that time zone than America. Like, I'm sure they still like adjust their time zones to accommodate like American viewers, right? Like, obviously ID doesn't, because ID is their viewer base, but like, I guess Tavi's streaming at 1 a.m. but that's also East Coast time. Like, I don't think it's terrible. And Gold Bullet's at 11 a.m. Oh wait, no, that's tomorrow. That's like the morning. Never mind. I can't read times. Yeah, it was very stupid. Yeah, when was the last time Gerard streamed? Because I think I should be subbed. I can see that. That's Ollie. It was freaking 8 hours ago. So yeah, it was literally like noon, which is like decent for America. Right? Like, it is kind of stupid. You know? Also, I'm sure like Regis is like American, so like that's probably also, because yeah, I think there's actually not a lot of Americans, I think, in Hollow Stars, which also probably why they did the whole like, oh, they're under the same country thing, right? And like the fictional thing. Although I think when they started out, I think that it was 3 Americans and then Axel, who's Australian, if I were to guess. Yeah, I would think Regis probably has like good like concurrent viewers because I think he's American. So, and again, that's gonna be your biggest audience for sure in like the English speaking world. Oh, he also hasn't streamed in a couple weeks, so. Followed Regis on Twitter? Yeah, okay. Yeah, he did post yesterday. Oh yeah, he was on like someone else's stream, right? They did the Apex thing. I think he's doing like what Marion did basically, where he's just show up other people's for a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, like it is crazy how like the left is literally like will have their own like whole economic and political thought like ideology around like studies. I mean, like obviously before it really wasn't like that. Like it was more class conscience, but like even like studies are kind of just freaking like vindicating those like views and stuff of just like, yeah, no, this actually how this works, right? Like, well, I'm sure also some of that's been adopted as like studies were made, right? Like I'm sure the stance on AI is gonna be a lot more clear as more and more studies come out about AI and like how it affects us. And yeah, it does really seem like it makes us dumber, so yeah, we should definitely regulate that stuff. Like, I don't think the general public should probably have it. Probably not the best idea. As we've seen it being used in practice. Doesn't really work, you know? Yeah. That was mainly what I want to talk about. You're actually at like an hour and a half, and I did say I didn't want to go over, just in case. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even know anything about freaking Expedition 33. It just kind of came out, like, and everybody was just playing those, and I was like, huh. Alright then. Oh yeah, aren't all of Hololive listed under, like, Japanese? I think they are. Right. It makes sense, though, because I think most of them, and even, like, especially more recently, like, they're doing, like, fictional places also, so... yeah, they probably aren't gonna be there. Yeah, Kelly and Bibu are on it. Like 3 and 4, or 4 and 5. Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. You know, I should also probably just stop when like I stop. Again, the trap of freaking going on Twitter and then just not saying anything. That's my problem. I should fix that. I shouldn't do that, probably. It's a bad idea. Yeah. Put the schedule up. Was the next stream Friday probably? I'm actually doing something since freaking was it Friday? Actually, I'm gonna be doing two things because I have that whole thing and then chiropractor appointment. It is weird though, because like it did seem like on the email like we were required to go to like that award ceremony thing, whatever. Just from like how it was saying like, oh, and then you like we're gonna be lined up like this. And then like top 10 academically are in the front row. Like, oh yeah, that'll make me feel good. I just won't be there. Yeah, like if I don't have to go, then I'm not going. I'm just going to my freaking chiropractor appointment, getting adjusted, and we're moving on. Couldn't be bothered, dude. But yeah. So I think I'll see you Friday. Friday I'll probably do something. Then I'm not too worried about, you know, staying up too late. So yeah. I'll probably do something then. Yeah, next Tuesday I probably won't stream. I think I'll probably plan on not streaming because like I'm not sure how much this will take me out. I think it's just best. And I'm like, even if it like takes me out like less than I would think, quote unquote, like I think it's still probably better. Like I'm not gonna be as energetic, so it is probably still better for me to do that. Yeah. So I'll probably go Friday, Sunday, and then Tuesday will probably be an off day. And then we'll be back on Wednesday. I have been streaming every day. I think this reason though is because like I have nothing to do. So like streaming actually is something for me, even if I'm doing something like this, right, where I'm just talking. It does give me something to do. But yeah. Like I'll see you Friday probably for something. I really should do like that last mission and Hitman. I don't know why I haven't. I just never did. What was it, Mendoza? The Argentina one? Like I just never did it and I don't know why. Like I even did the final mission like with the Romania one. I don't know why I didn't do the Argentina one. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Oh, I'll maybe see you then. Goodbye.